So we wanted to get together to have a quick conversation concerning Abolition Day, which is Tuesday, February 11th at 10 a.m. at the Oklahoma State Capitol. So what's going to be happening that day is at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. there's going to be a rally with thousands of people from all over the United States and all over Oklahoma gathering together to rally outside our state capitol. And basically with one voice, we're going to be calling our state legislators to do what God says He has instituted them to do. And so you can go to many different passages in the Bible. Daniel, I know you know this, that we get our marching orders from what God says in His Word, not only as individual Christians, as local churches, where we work and what we do, but also especially when it comes to the governing authorities and what God has put them in place to do. So let's be clear on that. If you just go to Psalm chapter 82, we see that the Lord makes the marching orders for governing authorities. He also then condemns those who show partiality to the wicked. So those in our society right now, we say there are some who can murder a baby inside their mother's womb, and then there are some who cannot murder a baby. And so what the call for abolition is to say the governing authorities should make it illegal for anyone to murder anyone else at any stage of life, whether it's inside or outside the womb. Because the Lord makes the marching orders. He condemns those who show partiality to the wicked. And then Psalm 82 goes on to say that the Lord calls and gives the marching orders for governing authorities to give justice to the weak. So to give them their rights, which would mean to protect them, especially babies in this instance, from being murdered without any threat. They can just walk into any abortion clinic and on demand they can take the life of their baby. And we're saying what God says. He's instituted governments to say, no, you cannot do that. And so that protects those who are pre-born image bearers of God. And then the final thing in Psalm 82 is the Lord will judge all because He owns all. The whole scene is God coming into the presence of these human authorities and basically holding judgment over the way they have held judgment, whether or not they've shown partiality to the wicked or upheld justice and defended the weak. And we've got to remember, and our legislators have to be reminded of the fact that they will stand before God. And so that rally is us gathering together to say, abolish abortion now so we can protect those who are in the womb. And then right after the rally, the point of us being there is not only to rally out there and get on the news or anything like that, but it's then to go inside the Oklahoma State Capitol and talk to our lawmakers, our legislators, and tell them that we, the people whom they represent, want them to vote yes on Senate Bill 13, which would protect life and would criminalize abortion and say you can't kill a baby. So Daniel, I've asked Daniel and I to be able to just sit down because he's got great insight as far as what do we do when we go inside the Capitol building. We don't want anyone to come to Abolition Day, come to the rally, and then, okay, let's go inside the state capitol and talk to our lawmakers. And if you're like me, you probably go, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know who to go talk to. I'm just walking around. So Daniel, what do you think we should be doing, or what would be the best plan of action when we go into the Oklahoma State Capitol on February 11th?
Yeah, well, obviously, everyone gathering outside the Capitol is huge. It's important. The legislators will see everyone in masses gathering for one singular cause, but it's more important that they see you in their office, that they actually hear from you. It goes without saying that pressure applied to politicians, it forces them to act one way or the other, and the goal is to obviously put pressure on them so that they'll do what the people are demanding. Now, obviously, the legislators initially in the Health and Human Services Committee that will vote on Senate Bill 13 most likely will not be in our district. They will not be our legislator, but I'm sure thousands of the people that will be there, one of those legislators, those senators, will be in their district. So they'll have a little bit closer relationship with them. But as we come into the Capitol, a lot of legislators will kind of hide out in their office, or they'll try to avoid people And the best thing that we can do is really pinpoint who are the most important people that we talk to, that we see.
Who are those that are on the actual committee?
Yes.
That's Senate Bill 13 is in the committee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's numerous senators and representatives, but a lot of them do not focus on particular pieces of legislation. So for healthcare type related issues, you have the Health and Human Services Committee, you have a Business and Commerce Committee, and they're all designated per topic or certain type of legislation. Okay. So Senate Bill 13 is a carryover from last session. And from 2019. It's already been referred to Health and Human Services, but it never got a hearing.
Why is that?
Well, the chairman of the committee has sole authority to bring a bill up for a hearing and to be voted on in that particular committee. So the chairman at the time, Senator Smalley, would not allow the bill to come up for a hearing. Whatever the reasons may be, he didn't believe in Senate Bill 13, or he got pressure from Senator Treat or the governor. There's no telling.
Would it be right to say that this committee killed the bill, or they let it die, or tomato?
The reason why chairmen typically don't allow bills to come up for a vote or have a hearing is because they're afraid that if it does, it will pass. Typically, if they're 100% sure that it's not going to pass, they don't have any issue with bringing it up for a hearing and then a subsequent vote.
And so just sort of to appease those who are saying, bring it up, they say, okay, I'll bring it up, but it's not going to pass.
Yeah, definitely. So, from my perspective, it would seem he wouldn't bring it up for a vote because there's a chance that it could pass, and then it would be on him as the chairman. He allowed it to come up for a vote, and if it passed, he could potentially have people that were angry at him for allowing it to come up. So Senator Smalley is gone. He's resigned from his position as senator, but also he's not the chairman of that committee. So Greg McCortney is a Republican. He was the vice chair. Now he's the chairman of that committee. So he now has the sole authority of bringing the bill up.
So we should try to lovingly go to Greg McCortney, Senator McCortney, and say, please vote yes. And is that the way to say it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think in the past I've seen where large numbers of people will come into offices and they kind of, in a sense, bombard the legislators, and it gives them anxiety, and they typically kind of push back.
It just seems like a mob.
Yeah, so the best approach is everyone else kind of wait out in the hallway outside the door, and maybe 2 or 3 at most at a time go into each office. There'll be a person that's sitting at a desk that's the legislative assistant, and you kindly ask them, is the senator or representative, but it'd be the senator in this case, are they available? Could I please speak to them? If they are, then you'll be able to go back into their office and, like you said, kindly ask them, we would like your support on Senate Bill 13. Here are the reasons why. Try to be very succinct. You want to be emotional because obviously you care about it, but not so emotional that they don't take you serious.
They just think you're only being emotional and not logical.
Yes,
and not,
definitely.
You don't have reasons, you just...
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
So definitely plead with them, I'm emotional about it, I care about it, but here are the reasons why. It's murder. We are compelled by a higher authority, and this is why we are here. And specifically with Greg McCortney, it's not as much that we want his vote. We do want his vote, but also plead with him, even if you are hesitant to vote yes on this bill, please allow it to come up for a hearing. He doesn't have to be in support of it for it to come up for a hearing. So it's our job to compel him, vote for it. Yes, we want you to, but if you're not, please allow it to come up for hearing. Let the will of the people...
Let it be discussed on the floor?
In the committee first.
Okay.
Yeah, in the committee first. So a lot of legislators will hang their hat on. It's like, well, I brought it up, but I wasn't going to vote for it. I was allowing it to come up for a vote of the will of the people. The people put these legislators in office, and therefore they are going to vote their conscience on such and such bill. So Greg McCortney is key because he allows the bill to come up for a vote or not, or be killed. There's 12 committee members. You just have to have a simple majority, so 9 Republicans and then 3 Democrats. So obviously you can lobby Republican and a Democrat, but if you really want to focus on what's most important and what's going to be most effective, just focus on the Republicans, because the Democrats are typically, they've already made up their mind on this issue. So, but have at it if anybody wants to. They could lobby each and every committee member.
Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We hope that you'll come to Abolition Day on Tuesday, February 11th at 10 a.m. at the Oklahoma State Capitol. And then if you are at all able, don't leave. Stay, go in, let's talk to our senators, talk to the legislature, and call them to do what God has said they exist to do. To be a terror to the evil, which would uphold the good, rescue the weak and the needy, defend the right of the fatherless. We hope that you'll come and do that with us.